Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this particular reading that we are doing. And here we are going to be discussing about the Divine Masculine template, the Divine Masculine collective and the Divine Feminine collective, the dance they are having right now. I would be using my tarot cards, Rider-Waite, my own tarot cards, and it may or may not resonate with you 100%, but whatever it does, do mention about it in the comment section. 50%, 40%, 100%, 60%, 70%. It could also be a timeless reading for you, that if it is not happening right now but you feel drawn to it and you feel like, okay, this is intuitively you connect with it a lot, then it would be a timeless reading for you. So let's just find out. And what I can pick on is that this Divine Masculine is mustering the courage to apologize to the Divine Feminine, because he seems to have displayed some kind of a behavior, an egotistical behavior, or his behavior was really uncalled for. Oh yes, he was in the Knight of Swords energy when he acted this way with you, because he was like overthinking. Probably he was overthinking, he was not doing much, and he was in a big hurry. He was riding this horse like a mad person. Though Knight of Swords also means that as much as he was in a hurry for whatever he did, he was also in a hurry to be with you. In some way he was in a hurry to be with you, or he was making like a hasty decision regarding you both. There was definitely some kind of conflict in your own mind also, and I do sense that he was very dominating at that point in time. He was he's a person with a sharp intellect. He is a person with brains. He's very logical, so he was thinking from his logical mind, but over logic and over practicality is also something that spoils everything. He was not in the balance. This channeling is definitely going to apply for a genuine person. Only then he will say sorry and he will accept his mistake. He will accept that he acted out of his ego and fear of rejection, of unhealed trauma. I do sense that this person also has a lot of unhealed trauma, and some narcissistic energy is very strong in his energy field. I'm also picking onto the energy of someone who's representing this collective, a genuine case of twin flame ascension, a masculine who's in the process of healing and elevating his energy. So he is quite confused himself, or he was confused, not knowing what he wanted in life, but due to the feminine, he is feeling more aware. He is very grateful to feminine also at the same time. And whatever events have transpired between them, the feminine has made him realize how shallow he has been, not valuing someone's time, her time actually here, and affection and the importance he was getting. And obviously the feminine is very straightforward. This feminine is not someone who's going to beat around the bush, who's going to play a lot of mind games, who would purposely make it turn into a slow burn situation. She is someone who speaks her mind, and she's someone who's very, very real and very, very honest. So whatever she felt, she said it. But he was like, wow, he just took it as an ego massage, and he was like, I must be so good that I can now take her for granted. Now I can ill-treat her just because she is nice to me. So he had to see this. He had to see this behavior pattern of his, that when someone is nice to him, someone is uplifting his spirit, what is he doing in return? He has to learn that. He has to see that. Illusions. This person was also acting in ways, this masculine, that he was a bit misleading. He was giving a kind of illusion. He was trying to say something and do something else. He's not a Tathagat yet. He's not a person who's connected in his mind, heart, and communication, speech. He thinks something, he feels something, and he is saying something. There is a disconnect. And before the altercation with the feminine, he had a lot of people to blame and maybe his own life too. But after whatever he has gone through with her, he can feel that the feminine has energetically, if you are the feminine, you have energetically pulled away from him. And in some cases, physically also. Now the DFs have made a move away from the masculine's periphery. You have cut the cord, baby. And he should understand that not everyone is same. Because he has been keeping a proper tab on your social media, or if he knows where you live, he probably crossed from that area on purpose because he wanted to get a feeling that you're nearby. He's going through his own inner conflict right now, which is actually good for his emotional and mental growth, and it is required. Actually, it's not just good, but it's required at this point in time. But this channeling will only apply to those who have keep a hand on your heart, who have detached from the masculine fully. Okay, he is definitely getting clarity on his life path, and especially his addictions, his bad habits, because all this while he was thinking that he's always right, he's never wrong. He cannot be wrong at all, he's perfect, all of that. But now, because of his arrogance, he has the fear of losing out on the feminine, because he can sense that she is no more interested in him, and the mind games that he has been playing. He has probably done this before to other females also. So he's a player, he's a good player, and he has treated them, he has misled the feminines or other females, karmics or whosoever. He misled them into his arms or into his energy field, because if he is a more awakened person, then he's probably not trying to get into lust, but he has misled a lot of people. First he would lure them towards him, and then he would lose interest and drop them off and just kind of act like an energy vampire. So this is something that he realizes now, his past mistakes, and he's also realizing that he's got stuff to heal. He's got patterns to heal, his behavior patterns, habits to work on. And he was aware about it, but not to this extent. Like right now, he's like fully aware. He's also realizing how he takes someone for granted. But maybe when you take other people for granted and they are not energetically that strong, he could just sort of pull away from it. But because of the energetic push away, like energetically feminine has pushed this person away, he is feeling that he's aware about that push away. He was also in his ego, so he was probably blaming some karmics around him, maybe parents, maybe friends, maybe bosses, maybe someone else, maybe his exes. He was constantly blaming the exes. I'm also picking on that at this moment, the masculine is contemplating ego death, because it's not just trauma that made him act in this way. He realizes that with the feminine, it was his ego that actually made him take the wrong cut, the wrong turn. He walked into the wrong direction, okay? But as I was saying, that he was otherwise blaming others, but now he cannot blame others. There's no one to blame this time. So where is he gonna go? He has to find his way back. He has to find the right path. He also wants to do something very thoughtful for the feminine. Like there is an unspoken understanding between these two. He feels there is a strong telepathy between the feminine and him. He feels that he doesn't want to lose her. He simply doesn't want to lose her, and suddenly realizes what a great catch, match, whatever she is, catch or match. So yes, here too I sense regret, deep regret, confusion on how to fix it, because he doesn't know how to fix it. The mess he has made, he has to clean it up. But if he is a growth oriented man, if he is a high value male, if he is a high value person, he is definitely going to figure the way out. Although being scared, being nervous right now, or being a bit lost is a part of this journey. He is also a bit scared to not do something, not to overdo something which will further piss her off. So he wants to be very careful and very smart this time. No more ego games. In some cases, he could still be stuck in a third party situation and entangled with a karmic person, and the situation may be not a pleasant one for him. But in some cases, definitely there is no karmic, but it's his own arrogance, his own ego that has come into play. He's also seeing her as his teacher, and has a great deal of respect for the feminine, along with the soul connection, the spiritual connection. This is for some of you, this will apply. So he wants to do something very thoughtful and not hurry into it this time, not jump into it this time like he did last time. He was so hasty. I do sense that he's gonna get into the Fool energy from the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is totally like zooming in and very fast with high speed. But the Fool is more relaxed, more chill, surrender to the source, and also in inspired action. So this is the process of ego death and resolving childhood trauma. I think he would be able to pinpoint the childhood trauma much better this time. I am I'm guided to share some points here about the unhealed childhood trauma and how it appears in a person's life. Now, this childhood trauma can manifest as a lot of things, like people pleasing, codependencies, trying to fix others even when others are not asking for that fixing. This masculine probably needed extreme validation, or he was living on some high alert mode. I think he has also in his life tolerated abusive behavior because he had fear of abandonment. But when it comes to attracting a healed relationship or a healed person, he is not able to do so because he cannot prioritize his own needs as of now. He's got difficulty in setting boundaries, and he needs to love himself. He needs to learn how to love himself, but he's on the path right now. He's not 100% there, but he's there. He has also attracted narcissistic partners. He has many issues of this nature, especially difficulty in setting boundaries. So I think he does realize that he has been codependent, and codependency is not about needing someone around you to be happy, but it is like trying to consistently elevate the needs of others above your own. And maybe that's the reason why he could not actually understand how the feminine's vibration is affecting him and impacting him. He has justified toxic behaviors of other people, so he ended up justifying his own toxic behavior as well. Okay, now one thing I want to talk about to you is what is the difference between higher consciousness and ego. So God, source, is the symbol for higher consciousness, and Satan is the symbol for ego. So it's really not like anything else, but it's all about ego, public image, social image, how much people like you, what is your likability factor. Most people have all these lower ego desires, very materialistic lower ego desires, and they are not able to overcome because they are not yet connected with their consciousness, or their consciousness, the subconscious mind that needs to heal, they are not healing it. Sometimes the grandiose beliefs that people have, some people have like very negative self beliefs, like they are not good enough, but some of the narcissists have really over the top kind of beliefs about themselves because they were enabled in childhood. But that doesn't mean that they're happy, that doesn't mean that they're doing great, that doesn't mean they don't have health problems. But their need to look amazing also makes them a perfectionist, which is a kind of madness, which is a kind of mental disease. So you must use higher consciousness, or you must connect with higher consciousness to overcome the lower ego desires. Okay, and this is what he is working on right now, and it is going to be good if it is organic. It is going to be great if it is organic. So if you feel like you don't want to connect back with this person as a feminine, if you're listening to this, then I think that is a wise decision. It's up to you even now, but personally I feel that he should actually make the move. He should mend his behavior first, because true apology is actually change in action. True apology is not just verbal and spoken, or just acting in some ways, throwing some more breadcrumbs. The size of breadcrumbs is bigger now. Earlier there were smaller breadcrumbs, now there are a bit of chunks. But if he is still doing it for some people, then he is still breadcrumbing you and benching you. And this type of a person is truly unhappy within, sort of depressed, borderline depressed. So I'm going to pick out a card from the Chakra Oracle to get the right guidance for this collective. Guilt. So yes, definitely this is a very apt message. Guilt is something that is playing in not only the mind of the masculine but also in the mind of feminine, and guilt is connected to the lower chakras, the bottom chakra, the sacral chakra actually. So we need to heal guilt for sure in order to heal our sacral chakra. And let's see what is the guidance, what is the tale behind it, what is the legend behind it. First and foremost, this card indicates deep caring and protection from emotional hurt through standing strong in your emotions. There is a great inner resolve here. Once your mind is made up, you can see when others have tried to manipulate you, and you need to reclaim your life. So if this masculine has manipulated you, and if you are the feminine listening to it, then you gotta take care of yourself. So I'm sorry, but I have to take care of myself. The masculine shows you certain signs which are not that great. Do not react, do not respond, because the masculine needs to really learn. And all of my channelings are not just channelings where we just talk about their feelings, because all of this talk and discussion has to lead to something productive. It has to lead to something which is going to contribute to your growth. So here the legend says that Apricot truly is a saint. She sets aside her own needs and happiness to help others, even allowing freeloading friends to get involved in a business. One day, her latest business partner announces that she wants to dissolve their company and split the profits. Apricot stands up to her. The company is hers and she did all the work, while the so-called partner did nothing. Now she will only give from her excess, not from her reserve. So we all need to have reserve and we need to have excess, and we should always give from the excess. Very good point. So the inspiration is, do not do it for others what they need to do for themselves. You maybe did a lot for the masculine. You maybe uplifted him. You maybe polished his image. You maybe praised him a lot. You maybe appreciated him because you felt something, some kind of telepathic connection. You maybe picked on to the energies of his healed version, his kind-hearted side. But do not do for others what they need to do for themselves. Speak truth from your heart. Honesty is freedom, and any guilt is fear of being disliked. So if you're feeling guilty for anything, whether he's feeling guilty, the masculine, whether you're feeling guilty, but this is connected to the fear of being disliked. So personal inquiries: am I giving away too much time and energy and resenting it? Is my anger really guilt? Do not enable other people when they are doing wrong to you, and find your personal power. Okay, it's very important that you have the awareness, awakening, and release. So this is where I'm going to close this session. You can connect with me for a personal session or therapy. Description box has all the details. I will see you in the next video. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.